A push to make healthy foods available to all in the U.S. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation is Senior Program Officer Jamie Bussel. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, good morning, Fred.
Good morning. Well, this is National Nutrition Month, and you are involved in an effort to better the lives of 25 million Americans facing food insecurity. Give us the overview here.
Sure. So as you said, March is National Nutrition Month. It's a great time to really lift up how essential affordable access to healthy food is to leading a healthy life and decreasing risk of disease. And as you alluded to today, unfortunately, more than 25 million people in America do not have enough nutritious food to eat on a regular basis. And when kids and families cannot access or afford food, we know they're at higher risk of a range of adverse health conditions, mental and physical, including heart disease, diabetes, obesity. And these severe consequences for children's health and well-being can really last throughout a lifetime. So just can't underestimate how important affordable access to healthy food is to ensure the health and well-being of all people who live in this country.
So there are a couple of issues, I suppose, that we can get into. One, people across all economic boundaries may not be making the best choices when it comes to nutrition, but then there are the economic issues that certainly come into play, right?
You bet. So I would say to that the choices people make are based on the choices people have. And it's really important that we understand how profound community conditions, economic conditions are, systems, environments are in shaping people's ability to make good choices. So just a profound impact on, again, people's ability to eat well and afford nutritious foods. And we know that so many people in this country are faced with food insecurity, perhaps now more than ever with some of the significant changes that have happened as a consequence of certain policies that were deployed during COVID to actually shore up people's ability to not go hungry. A lot of those provisions have expired. So there are so many Americans out there now, again, faced with not having enough nutritious food to eat.
And I suppose inflation comes into play too. When you walk into the supermarket, I guess some of the prices hit all of us.
You bet. We're seeing, unprecedented prices of food. And so again, it's sort of like this perfect storm that's happening with inflation, coupled with the fact that, a number of the important policies at the outset of the pandemic to really ensure that people had enough to eat at a time when, millions were losing jobs and losing income. A lot of those have expired.
So let's talk about some of the changes proposed to, I think, nutrition standards for school lunches. Tell me about that.
Sure. So more than 30 million students participate in our school meals program every day. And for many of those kids, these meals are their most consistent source of healthy foods. The USDA has proposed nutrition standards that could make school meals even healthier. And so just to give you a sense of what's included under some of those new proposed guidelines are limiting the amount of added sugar. And that's actually for the first time ever that a recommendation like that is being pursued. In addition, reducing sodium and encouraging more whole grains. So these standards have not been updated since 2012, and they're really excited, and we're certainly behind the new nutrition standards that are being proposed by USDA.
What are some other programs or proposals being debated at maybe state and federal levels that could help here?
Sure. So a couple things. There was what was referred to as the Extra Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program benefits. So that's the SNAP program. A lot of folks know about that as for our food stamp program. And these emergency allotments were deployed during COVID, which essentially provided additional resources for folks to purchase food. That provision ended just actually a week ago, the end of February, in more than 30 states. And that actually over 35 million people with lower incomes. And so it's been a pretty significant decline there. We're really calling for reinstating of the higher SNAP benefits. Again, people can't afford to feed their families on what equates to $6 a day. And so higher SNAP benefits not only will help people eat better, but they cut poverty and they also generate economic activity. So higher SNAP benefits. And in addition, the child tax credit was yet something else that was deployed during COVID and actually expanded, which essentially made it easier for families to afford to buy food. And so the child tax credit, we believe, should be expanded permanently. And again, families used those additional resources to put food on the table and to pay bills and ensure that their kids had a safe place to live. So those additional financial resources were absolutely used for the necessities of families. To me,
some of these actions have to take place at the state level, and you're also talking about actions and
I'm certainly talking about focus at the federal level. So these should happen at the federal level. And again, that's not to say, you know, we've seen states take it upon themselves, for instance, with universal school meals, the states of Colorado, California, and Maine have actually committed to universal school meals across the state. But again, we believe that, you know, in addition to the Herculean efforts that are being put forward at the local level and state level, that we need federal intervention and support as well.
Tell me about the work that you're doing with the foundation.
Sure. So at the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, we are the largest health philanthropy in the nation, committed to building a culture of health in America. And for us, that really means ensuring that everyone, no matter who you are, where you live, how much money you make, color of your skin, everybody has a fair and just opportunity to live the best, healthiest life possible. And I would say the foundation is really committed to promulgating more equitable policies, more investment in prevention, and mitigating the barriers that we know exist. Barriers like structural barriers like racism that impact people's ability to live their best, healthiest life possible. So again, you know, we focus on expanding, supporting, promoting equitable policies, and generally more investment in prevention.
In addition to the race issues, I'm sure there are issues involving gender, women, and older adults too, who may be struggling more.
Absolutely, across the board. You know, we really, I think across the board, need to be centering equity, centering health equity, centering racial equity, centering gender equity across the board, and really focusing on those populations that we know are disproportionately impacted by the issues like food insecurity, housing insecurity, et cetera.
Are there online resources that people can turn to get more information?
You bet, Fred. So I would say rwjf.org/nutrition is a great resource. Also, you know, parents can use their voice, and everybody can be weighing in on the proposed standards that USDA has put forward with regards to the changes to the school meal program. So, you know, everybody can be offering comments there. And I think it's important too, in the school meal space, for parents to talk to their schools about what they want to see done in their cafeteria.
Very interesting. Well, thank you for the work that you're doing. Jamie Bussel, thank you for spending time with us.
Thanks for having me.